Within the urban fabric of the city emerges a church replete with memories and historical moments. It was the 6th of November 1844 when 141 inhabitants of the then suburb of Neapoli, Athens, requested from the ministry that they be granted a license for the construction of a church dedicated to Mary the All-Holy Theotokos, the life-giving spring, Zoa Dokos Bigi. The construction commenced in 1846 and was completed 6 years afterwards on plans of the architect Demetrios Zizos, and in the land lot, which was donated by the teacher of the nation, Georgios Gennadios. It was a 3-nave basilica with a long ground plan of rectangular shape. In 1900 the bell tower was built, and in 1950 the church was extended to the southern side, with the addition of a nave, in which there is a matronium and an underground level. On the exterior, at the eastern side, one can observe the 3 coffers of the equal-numbered conchs of the Holy Bema of the church, with the tiled roofs and the decorative antefixes and cornices. In the central coffer, on the 3-sided surface which is formed, there are 3 light windows and light holes, while in the side coffers there are single light windows. At the western side, a marble staircase leads to the central gate of the church. There, one can admire the mosaic depiction of the All-Holy Theotokos, who is depicted standing, open-handed, and with Christ in front of her, while in the low part of the depiction there is a larnax full of life-giving water from its spring. In the interior of the church, the narthex is divided from the naos by 2 piers, while in the naos one cannot but observe the 8 marvelous marble columns of a height of 5.50 meters with square bases and with capitals decorated with relief plant-shaped patterns. The Holy Bema consists of 3 areas which between them are divided by large piers and communicate with apse openings. The church is trisubstantial. The central conch is dedicated to Mary the life-giving spring, the northern conch to St. John the Baptist, and the southern conch to St. Charalombos. The astounding Church of Mary the Life-Giving Spring is graced by murals of various art phases, the most remarkable being the ones of the academic painter Anastasios Loukidis. Loukidis, in the time period 1931 to 1933, left his personal stamp on the church, adopting the Renaissance style. In 1934, the icon painter, Thomopoulos, curated some scenes in the Holy Bema, and in 1950, Giralis crafted the icons in the more recent southern nave of the church. A band of painting decoration within the Holy Bema bore the signature of the icon painter Kardamakis. The conservation works of the murals of the church unveiled the works of Loukidis also in this band, below the murals of Kardamakis. Loukidis envisioned and depicted in an excellent manner a coupling of the ecclesiastical tradition and modern art. The color palette which he employed in his works predominates, and yet, unfortunately, time has altered to a great degree the intensity of the colors. The priestly figures of Loukidis are strict and haughty. In the depictions of a special interest are the color bands, which seem to bifurcate, but also in parallel connect, in an astounding fashion, the religious icons. Entering into the church, one is impressed by the monumental procession of the holy figures in the central dome within the golden ground. The depictions recall mosaics of early Christian churches. In the central conch of the Holy Bema looms the Platytera of the heavens. Underneath, 2 rows of angels are depicted. In the northern conch, in a gold background, the eye is captivated by a winged angel. He is holding a book on which on the one side the phrase reads, "I am the light of the world." Correspondingly, in the southern conch, another angel, also in golden background, is holding a book on which it reads, "Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall name him Emmanuel." On the roof of the gallery, the depiction of the creation of the universe stands out. The western wall is adorned by the depiction of God, throned among angels, overseeing his creations. At the northwestern side dominates a work by Loukidis, in which is depicted the expulsion of the first humans from heaven. Of interest are the portable icons of the church, with most significant being the guardian icons of Mary the life-giving spring, and Saint Charalombos. They are placed on marble icons stands on either side of the central gate and bear silver coatings. In fact, the icon of the life-giving spring is identical to the one of the painter Cecchini, which is situated at the holy monastery of the life-giving spring of Poros. The Theotokos is depicted among clouds. She bears a golden halo and a crown. She is holding a scepter in the right hand, and with the left she entwines the legs of baby Christ. The aesthetic beauty of the church is completed with the most splendid courtyard, in which an elaborate font is preserved with a basin at which the faithful washed their hands before entering the church.